I must admit, the castle looks absolutely stunning today, right?
Yeah, lovely blue sky, right? Green grass. Amazing.
Look at that car, still has the classic rear window, huh?
It still has that classic rear windshield, yeah. That's just how it is these days, alright?
Old school or truly practical?
Well, actually pretty practical, right?
I think we should figure that out together with our current test subject, namely the brand new Polestar number 4. Yep, we've got it here for you today in the single engine configuration, ready to go and explore. That means purely rear, powered by the electric motor on the rear axle and a large battery pack. Today it's our guest, and we want to explore in 2 videos what advantages and disadvantages the Polestar 4 has without a rear window, and of course what kind of performance it delivers in the base model, which starts at 61,900 euros. So we'll be creating 2 videos with you. Today, the classic review with the driving report on our usual test route, and then in a few days, naturally, the consumption test will follow as well. With the charging check, did Polestar get everything right? Is the car efficient? The charging check uses a 400-volt system, Geely platform, not 800-volt. Is that sufficient, and is it dot? Great, that's exactly what we'll explore together in the second video. I'd say we're not wasting any time. You double check if you're part of the Einfacher elektrisch community. If not, we'd love to have your support with a free subscription. For us, it's a huge help to grow the channel, and now let's get started with the Nail 9. Polestar number 4, and as always we start from the outside, beginning at the front, carefully examining the front section of the brand new Polestar number 4 in great detail. We have it, so to speak, in the base configuration with a single engine but a large battery pack. That means a gross capacity of 100 kilowatt hours. What's really well done, in my opinion, is the design here with the daytime running lights and the silhouette in Torshhammer design. And hidden beneath that are pixel LED headlights, the latest generation, which of course allows you to illuminate specific areas, ensuring you can meet oncoming traffic without any glare. And that of course is a truly fantastic feature, especially when you're driving the Polestar 4 in the dark or during nighttime. We've got it here with sleek 21-inch wheels equipped with Michelin Pilot Sport tires in the size 255/45 R21, adding both style and performance. That looks sharp, really good. For more, there's Stefan.
22 inches.
A rogue who thinks evil. Yes, perhaps that would make it a bit easier for him to understand, right? What I think is awesome here is how trapped and isolated the side mirror is.
Yeah, it's just sitting on that small circle below. So cool, yeah.
And what Polestar has also installed are camera systems everywhere, not just here in the fender, which illuminate this section of the blind spot, but also here, the 360-degree camera system. And if you want to know what this Polestar 4 is, and the owner hasn't removed the film, so the details are always on the side. So don't let yourselves get scammed at the bar when someone brags about how much power they have or how big their battery is. Just look at the film and then you'll always know where you stand. Yes, retractable handles, that's modern, that's aerodynamically efficient. Then we have nice privacy glass with black window trim, which also looks stylish. And here on the driver's side, we have the charging port with the charging connection. We'll dive into the technical specs a bit later. Yeah, what's polarizing? And I'm genuinely curious to hear your perspective on that. Are you the kind of person who really cares about having a rear window, or does it make no difference to you whatsoever, particularly given that the Polestar 4 doesn't come with one? And of course, that's a new design direction, something polarizing which fits Polestar, right? Polarizing, isn't it? And for that, it essentially features, of course, the digital side mirrors, where the camera then adjusts automatically for optimal visibility. It's positioned up there accordingly, plus of course additional camera systems for assisted driving. Otherwise, we also have the latest LED technology in the taillights. That looks sleek. We have it here in this nice dark grey metallic. It ultimately depends on your personal taste whether you prefer white, black, grey, or perhaps a vibrant, cheerful colour instead. You'll definitely find what you're looking for in the Polestar configurator. I'm most curious, what do you think? Do you need the rear window or not? Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Let's dive into the technical details. We'll round it up. It measures 4.84 meters in length. It's even 2.01 meters wide, which is quite substantial. Including the side mirrors, it measures 2.14 meters. The height is 1.55 meters, and for comparison, I'm 1.85 meters tall. So it's perfectly a blend between a classic SUV and a traditional vehicle style. sedan in terms of height. The wheelbase measures 2.99 meters, so almost 3 meters. In between, you currently always receive a battery pack rated at 100 kilowatt hours gross, from which you can effectively draw 94 kilowatt hours net. It's a 400 volt system. That surprised us a bit because the Polestar 4 is also built on the Geely platform, just like, for example, the Xpeng or the Smart number 5, which we just showed you. You should definitely take a look at it for comparison whenever you get the chance. It's actually positioned in a very similar price range to the Polestar 4 in the Brabus edition. No 800 volts, Stefan?
Well, that's a good question. Maybe we were too late with the model update or something along those lines, or perhaps during the manufacturing phase itself.
I think it's a bit of a shame because when we get to the charging values here at the charging port on the driver's side, we always have 3-phase 11 kilowatts in the base model, and with certain options in packages up to 22 kilowatts as well. That's really great. It also has fast charging capability via the CCS connector. Then with a capacity of up to 200 kilowatts, it's reportedly able to charge from 10 to 80% in under 30 minutes. We'll find out in the second video during the consumption drive and charging test. How much range does it provide and what is its real-life charging performance like? Then again, if it had the 800 volt technology, the charging time would be almost halved. And I have to honestly say, if I produce something from the Geely brand, why wouldn't I give all vehicles the best and fastest charging option? Why differentiate there? I find it a bit unfortunate because I would have given the Polestar 4, since it's such an interesting, stylish car, the maximum charging performance as well, right?
That would have definitely been cool, right? You're absolutely right.
To wrap it up, the curb weight comes in at a solid 2.3 tons. So considering that, I think it's pretty well positioned weight-wise for a 100 kilowatt hour battery class, which is quite impressive and speaks to its overall efficiency. And yeah, feel free to drop a comment if you, like me, also wished the FIA Pulse had been equipped with an 800 volt system.
Shall we go on?
Yes, I'm reflecting on this eternal question. Does he have a Frunk or not? Does he have one? Doesn't he have one? Do you need one? Don't you need one? What do we do with the Frunk?
I don't know, we could just check if it has one and then we'll take it from there.
Exactly, we'll take a look first, pop the hood open with 2 wonderful hood fans, some nice insulation in the hood, and see if it has a Frunk. And it has a Frunk just like that, specifically 15 liters, nicely closed here again with a flap, carpeted inside, where at least a proper Type 2 charging cable can fit. Perhaps a little bit squeezed as well. Type 2 charging cable paired together with a Schuko emergency kit. Of course, you can also pack anything else you want to store in there. And we, Stefan and I, think it's practical because we simply don't want to mix our charging cable with the luggage or inside the car's interior. And that's why we're both fans of Franks, so feel free to write your thoughts in the comments. I know some great viewers out there own one, but have never actually used it. There are some who would love to have one, but don't. So we really need to at least show whether someone has one or doesn't, right? And we also need to show how a hood closes, right?
Yes, 3, 2, 1, let's get this thing started now.
Little song. I think when asked if it has a rear trunk or not, no one will clearly say does it or doesn't it, right?
Now just imagine this, it's got only 15 liters up front and the entire rear is completely sealed off.
Yeah, no one would watch our videos.
Would be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would be funny, right? That would be great. What I also find funny is that here, as I said, there's no rear window. I'm really curious to hear your comments and how you evaluate it. I have to say, I'm getting more and more used to this design line, and I'm starting to like it even more. Because it's refreshingly different. In electromobility, maybe we want cars that don't look like they did 10, 15, or 20 years ago. Just jazzed up with a bit of LED, right? So I'm genuinely curious to hear how you all evaluate it. By the way, it's also really, really nice to see how the third brake light is implemented here. What's also really nicely designed is the button here for the electric tailgate operation. Instead of opening it manually, you can just press this button and it opens up automatically and electrically. And then you've got 526 liters of spacious trunk opening up, Stefan.
That's actually pretty decent, I'd say.
I really have to commend Polestar once more for their material mix. Everything's lined with top-notch carpet, left and right, executed in a truly stylish manner. And back there at the top, where the rear seat back is, there's an overlap again, so that when you fold the seats down, which we're going to do with you in a moment, nothing can fall through. Hammer and Cater subwoofer. On the left, there's also a compact pouch where you can, for instance, store a first aid kit. We have a 12-volt socket, 180 watts, which means you could power a cooler if necessary. We have loading loops, and here underneath we also have the double loading floor, where naturally some items, or like here, padding from the factory in the test vehicle, then stores the charging cable inside. That's certainly possible, and I can't argue with that. But if we had luggage here, like our big travel suitcases, it would just be annoying to always take the bags out just to access the charging cable. When it gets dirty in winter from rain and nasty weather, soiling this beautiful carpet here or the luggage with all that grime isn't exactly ideal. Nope.
Not really.
What's undeniably sexy in any case is the sleek anodized and brushed aluminum edge design, which I must admit looks absolutely stunning and stylish. And where the upholstery really puts in the effort and doesn't just use hard plastic is here in the trunk lining, featuring the logo and the finest carpeting. Yes, indeed. When he says, man, 526 liters, that's not enough for me, what do we do then?
We fold down the back seat.
Yes, but first we'll remove the, so to speak, non-existent rear window here. It's always a bit of a struggle here. With a bit of force and some encouragement, it works out, and then we have the option to fold down the rear seat. Unfortunately, there's no pass-through for skis or long objects, which I would have wished for as an additional feature, or a 40-60 split. You can fold down the 60% on the passenger side, which is pretty neat, right? And if that's not enough for you with the 60% on the passenger side, you also have the option to fold down the 40% as well. The driver's side to complement it. Stefan, what's your opinion on that?
And then there's a whole lot of extra space in here as well.
Yes, I forgot the number. How much does it increase? Do you remember?
I think it must be a little over 1,500.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's also nicely loadable. Let's step back a bit, Stefan. You're always way too close. Then in the scene, it also features a nice loading entrance. Almost like a hatchback, you could say. Or it is one, you know, yeah.
You can fit quite a lot in there.
Now let me guess, it opens electrically. Doesn't close manually, does it?
No, it closes electrically too.
Here, yeah? That's nice, isn't it? Now let's see if it has soft close. It's a quality feature, closing gently. Nice, soft close? Yep.
Nice.
If you find that 526 liters isn't enough, or even the 1,500 liters with the rear seat folded down, you have the option to securely load up to 75 kilograms on the roof. For example, with a roof box. And if you say that's still not enough for me, then you have the option to get an optional trailer hitch. With 1.5 tons of braked towing capacity on a 12% incline, unbraked up to 750 kilograms. And then there's a vertical load limit of 100 kilograms. And I think that's also really awesome, like when you want to take 4 bikes with 4 people and a rear bike rack. A lot of you enjoy that, so with a 100 kilo limit, it should work just fine. If the bikes aren't too heavy, it should definitely be doable, offering you a versatile and practical way to make the most of the Polestar 4 for transport needs. Now that we're done with the exterior, let's head inside as usual. First, we'll do the window check. We're dealing with single pane glass here, meaning it's just one pane, not 2 panes, bonded together with a film in between. Yes, let's take a look at the door trim. Some manufacturers always make sure to offer us the finest plastic surfaces available. And that's a bit different here with Polestar. It's still plastic, but a softer kind of plastic. It feels genuinely premium, almost like real leather, though it's not. Here we have a nice fabric surface, and there's a distinct design line that incorporates ambient lighting. Here again, a nice plastic, pleasantly soft. Then here, I think it's leather, synthetic leather, also nice and soft because you can get it either with synthetic leather upholstery or with this trade leather.
Yes, it's called trade leather. So fully traceable from the animal to the final product, you know.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Look, there's even a fries counter here. You can just set it down nicely. There's 4 window switches and the central locking. And down here, you'll notice there's also soft plastic once again. Look at what Polestar is giving. They're really spoiling us. Even here, this is now hard. There's a rubber insert below. It fits a large water bottle and sunglasses. That's really well done, and I must say I genuinely like the material mix used here. Here it's nicely encapsulated again, the Harman Kardon sound system, and later we'll treat you to a bit of musical enjoyment. Last but not least, let's do the soft close check, right? Soft close might not, huh?
You can't.
Could really not, right? Nope. South. Welcome here inside the Polestar 4, and here too an interesting mix of materials continues, in my opinion, as you can see. Let's stay chronological. We begin with a head-up display, a neat and practical way to project key functions onto the windshield in order to significantly reduce distractions in traffic caused by speedometers and other essential displayed information. A sleek central driver information display, slightly recessed but still perfectly visible through the steering wheel, ensuring clear and uninterrupted readability from any driver position. Essentially ensuring an unobstructed view of it, plus a multifunction steering wheel once again. In such a beautiful faux leather, I'd say, 3-spoke design with the Polestar logo. On the right, we have the gear selector, on the left, the turn signal and wiper controls. And here in the center, we essentially control the infotainment on one side and of course the assistance systems on the other. More on that later, but these are all whip touch buttons, whereas I personally prefer tactile buttons for better feedback, but that, as we know, is a matter of personal preference. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Yes, what you absolutely need to do is, when you navigate to the quick access menu here, configure both the mirrors and the steering wheel directly through the display interface that's conveniently provided for you. Just like the head-up display. Essentially, using these controls here, you can easily adjust and fine-tune the steering wheel to your preference. In height on one hand and also in distance, providing you with the flexibility to easily adjust and find the most comfortable driving position tailored just for you. Same goes for the left and right mirrors, again adjusted via the lever. But once you've set it up, it should ideally work. And do you need the mirror adjustment in the door now? Of course, there are always some who worry about their rims and maybe aren't as skilled at driving. And yeah, I actually don't need it. I've had my driver's license for 32 years as of August, and I managed to get into this parking garage without even adjusting the mirrors.
No.
Right?
No.
You've been there often enough, haven't you? We managed it, didn't we? No rims scratched, right? Ah, yes. Then let's leave it at that, shall we? Yes, entertainment display here for the driver. I'd estimate, without checking precisely, around 14 or 15 inches, nicely designed with a Google automotive system behind it. You know it from Polestar, we've introduced it to you often enough. It's also the latest generation and has really expanded significantly. So we'll show you Apple CarPlay right away, and of course the Vivaldi browser, YouTube Music, YouTube. For watching and so on, that means you can always check out our latest videos right here during your charging break, of course. You've got a dash cam feature integrated here. You've also got the Chrome browser built right in. And of course, you can add all further apps via the Google Play Store here, so the car always stays up to date, like for example games such as BB Racing number 2, which you can quickly and easily download and install. I mentioned Apple CarPlay. There you can mirror your smartphone just like with Android Auto. You can easily mirror it and conveniently access all the essential functions right here in the vehicle, of course. No, I don't want to go home. I want to show you the video here now. And so we have the opportunity here to carry everything out in a really, really nice and effective way. Yes, Google Automotive, which we've demonstrated to you several times, not only offers route guidance, but also excellent charging planning, which you can then verify here accordingly and adjust as necessary. Configure for the right connector, for the right charging speed. You can easily preset your favorite provider here, making sure it only drives to ArrowPal's EMBW or Ionity charging stations. Or of course to the Polestar charge card, which you can optionally choose to activate during the vehicle purchase process, if that suits your needs. And with certain providers, you might even receive a discount or special offer as an added benefit. This is truly one of the absolute best navigation systems available on the market today. And we've also demonstrated and praised the charging planning multiple times. It functions incredibly, impressively well. Depending on the package, you'll find the steering wheel heater, seat heating, and seat ventilation included. Just like a massage function, I'm going to treat myself to that now or on the side. And then you have a nice air conditioning menu where you don't have physical adjustment options, but instead here it's always manual. So you manage the vents directly through this menu interface. Have to adjust it manually. Yeah, I find it kind of, I don't know, like a bit odd or something, don't you think? What's your take on it, Stefan?
I don't know. I actually think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it does make things a bit easier, but overall I find these adjustment options pretty neat because they give you that extra flexibility when you need it. I think we both prefer that indirectness, you know, not getting air blasted right in your face, but rather having it flow over you or something. It's just more pleasant, I find.
But I thought a fan function was pretty cool, actually. I couldn't find it. No, unfortunately not. Oh well. Anyway, what Polestar did well here in the Polestar 4 is that the center console doesn't become too wide, unlike in the Polestar 2. We did touch on that a bit back then. Here we have an inductive charging pad. It's a bit of a shame because it's quite wide. With just a slight adjustment in the design, they could have easily fit 2 inductive charging pads. I always feel bad you can't charge your phone.
Yeah, I know that.
Because then I'll block it, you know, look here with the corrugated aluminum. That feels really cool. You could place your phone down here, but it would just keep sliding back and forth. Yeah, you don't need to take your phone with you. Behind it are 2 cup holders positioned a bit higher and flatter. It's well done. Like I said, you can open and close it like that. It's very high quality. Right here, we've got the volume control with pause and play buttons. I also think it's really well executed, that you can simply press pause in the entertainment section if you want to have a conversation, and also physically turn it to adjust the volume up or down. Yeah, here we have something like a neoprene material. In the center armrest, look, it's a nice compartment also lined with felt and with a rubber mat so nothing rustles or rattles. 2 USB-C ports, so you can fit quite a bit of stuff in there, but we don't have height adjustment here, we can't move it either, it's all fixed. But for my seating position in terms of ergonomics, it's actually pretty much perfect, I really have to say. Oh, depending on the exhibition, we get a glass roof step, yeah. But I'm missing a blind here again.
Yeah, or I think you don't have any option to darken the area over the display, correct? Or up there, no, nothing like that either.
Perhaps you can get it aftermarket, who knows. This is a really nice and fine felt here. Have you touched it yet? Yeah?
Yeah,
Great.
That's also Alcantara. Great, as the Spaniard would say, it's truly crafted with high quality materials. And all the way down the A-pillar, I must say, very chic. The upholstery is truly elegant. I really, really like it. What still throws me off is here with my colleague.
I thought, let's just not talk about it and leave it as it is for now.
Because design-wise, sure, with the missing rear window, but also a downside since you can't see through it.
Yep.
How to fix it? Simply a digital rear view mirror.
Yeah. So,
Is it on the market or has it actually been seen all along?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like, it just zoomed in, sort of crept in like that, you know what I mean? During the drive, maybe we can show it later in the test as well. Uncharged, right? Yeah, but with this, you can tweak and adjust a few different settings, right? No, it works too. Here you can adjust a few different things. So dot. But somehow, I really don't know. You can do everything here.
I just don't need it.
Feel free to drop in the comments whether you're the type for an analog rearview mirror like us, or if you're more into saying, nah, we need the latest and greatest, and you're all about that digital rearview mirror vibe.
The seat position is looking just fine.
Yes, the all-around view is really fantastic, and the ergonomics are spot on with the door height perfectly matching the center armrest. I have a great position here, and the seats, we'll get to them in a moment, are seriously awesome. Polestar has always excelled at this, and it's closely associated with Volvo. Volvo has always built some of the best seats in the automotive industry, and what I really like, look, we've got this double layer design here. That means we also have the option down here to store a women's handbag, or a men's pouch, or other bits and bobs, just like we do. And has pretty much fully utilized the space. Yeah, the seats, they are seriously big and super comfy to sit on for sure. They're really massive. Once more, it's the finest Napa leather, feels absolutely amazing. Perforated, equipped with ventilation, heating, and massage functions. Furthermore, you have the option to extend the seat area here as needed. I'm not a fan of skimping on seats. I'm always someone who tends to prefer opting for a slightly higher package in the showroom. Here's a nice shoulder pad, integrated headrest, and here's a little pass-through in case you want to slide something to the front. And once again, everything is crafted with a very high quality and stylish finish, and it can also, of course, be adjusted electrically as well. What can also be opened electrically, I need to search for and locate once again. Here with the quick access buttons is the glove compartment. Look over the little pouch. In the infotainment display, we have a nice big glove compartment also lined with felt. Nicely done here at the bottom again with such a high quality plastic. Look up here, lovely fabric that also mirrors itself in the door. Then the ventilation, which we unfortunately can't adjust manually. Ambient lighting subtly integrated here and up here again, a nice fabric. At the bottom we have proper floor mats that look a bit ribbed, just simple. A touch of velour might have been quite nice there.
It's all fully recycled again here.
But I really love these velour mats. Can't I take them out?
Of course, you can do anything you want.
But where we really had it here, buddy, was Van Art plastic, or whatever you always call it, the kind of follow-through. Doorway access.
Oh yes, that is correct indeed.
So Polestar isn't really going all out here, is it?
No.
But who even cares about the door entry? Yeah, the pack, what's it called?
Yeah, dot. It's somehow embellished with Sweden gold or something like that, so it's...
Let's do the rattle check here. Nope. Look, it actually works. And even the guy will have to admit, after 34 years, if it doesn't rattle for him, then it just doesn't rattle at all. Period. That's how it's built. Alcantara, this felt runs up front, then soft foamed plastic underneath. So that's naturally brilliant again. Probably it's just the door entry, and then the compromise becomes quite strikingly clear. Look, how the plastic gets scratched, you can see that there. In the dot door inside back there, do you see it?
Oh yeah, that's really not nice at all. Can you notice it there now?
I mean, the press vehicle already has 14,000 on the clock here.
It's lived some.
My driver's seat is already looking a bit greasier. This one here is still Roberto Blanco, so to speak, so you have to deal with a bit of wear and tear. And otherwise, you just need to accept that some things show their age over time. So you can see here, it's all not exactly invincible. So there are occasionally, it's also here like a neoprene material. Look, here's also a bit from the processing side, not exactly perfect either. So you really have to give a bit of love and attention to a Polestar 4, don't you think? It deserves that extra care.
Absolutely.
That's precisely what I was thinking about the Polestar 2 around 4 or 5 years ago. I still clearly remember that moment.
It really came down hard.
Yes, that's why it's even more important to take the time for the entry and the seating check in the back. I measure 1.85 meters in height and weigh 99.9 kilograms, precisely measured by the German calibration office. Now let's proceed with the entry check. My head is comfortably tucked inside the Polestar number, 9.
Yeah, plenty of space, huh?
So it's pretty comfortable, right? Though the footwell could be a bit higher, I can just barely manage to squeeze my sneakers under there. Here again, nice fine leather, also perforated with seat heating in the back. Stefan, rear vent? Nope, no. Here's what I found, right? So then we have this over here, just take a look. Well, come on out, let's see it. A really awesome center armrest. That's exactly what I picture when I think of a center armrest, where there's not just some cup holder here, but everything's nice and soft, perforated leather so you don't sweat. Here's a nice storage space with rubber for a smartphone. The only thing might be this piano lacquer finish. It's a bit scratch and touch sensitive. Look, here the headrest is nicely integrated. Then we have here, look, there must be some way. Oh, look!
Where exactly is the cup holder?
Holder's in there.
Oh, that's cool. You've got buttons here on my page too. What's that about?
Yeah, I think you can adjust the backrest with that. Look. Oh, look.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that means you can lie down like me, or you can do the whole thing exactly like I do. Look, I can do all this while standing upright. Oh, that's so awesome. Look at this, please.
Yeah.
From 61,900 euros. Nice, huh? Yeah. So Polestar definitely allows for a lot of sitting comfort, I feel, especially in terms of support.
Yeah.
Yes, cup holders fold in, but here no compartment now, which we could somehow open up. That would have been the upper burner, if that had still been possible now. Then we've solved it here very, very nicely with flaps, twice child ISOFIX attachments. We might have wished for one more on the passenger seat.
Or, yes, to fit 3 kids too.
Space-wise, it's good at 2.01 meters width. You can ride with 3 people for a bit.
Absolutely. Look, even behind your driver's seat or so, I could sit comfortably now.
Please pair it here instead, Stefan. We have a display here where we can also adjust the temperature. Via a 3-zone climate control feature, we also have the option here to operate the seat heating accordingly. Everything is very, very well and very, very high quality executed. We can launch and skip entertainment functions here. Here we have 2 USB-C ports. One of them displays a wattage, but I can't read it. Can you see it?
No, nee,
60 watts.
60 watt, that's also pretty important if you want to charge something like a MacBook or whatever. Go through everything here, and the back panel also has a good high quality plastic. Take a look here. This is the 100% trace leather, ensuring animal welfare secured and fully verified. So this is just incredible, right? And here we have this nice net where we can also place a tablet, smartphone, or the car quartet, just like I used to play back in the day. And what's awesome is it's optional, starting at 61,900 euros. I know I'm kind of fixating on the price, but I think it's really good for the car, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Check it out, air vents in the B-pillar.
Like it, yeah.
But also here in the central tunnel.
Exactly, and especially here it's the manual, because at the front we couldn't,
Exactly, here at the back they've included manual adjustment. Look, once again, it's nicely executed with the faux leather wrapped all around it. No rattles here, the fabric flows into the door trim. The rear door panel mirrors the front door panel, and Polestar doesn't skimp there either. I must really say the car feels very, very high quality. Very, very solidly crafted, and for all the fans of the refined blazer sport, there's a blazer hook here for hanging it up. Yes.
Good.
Or of course a jacket or whatever you'd like to hang up there. Please, only hang up what's actually meant to be hung up. Stefan's tried to latch onto me there. Not sure if he's trying to get rid of me. Feel free to share your thoughts on the fund in the comments. I don't really have much to complain or grumble about here. I also have a ton of headroom here. It's really, well, you could almost say it's a class above, almost like stepping into a higher category. So it's like in my old EQS, you really have space here, and Polestar makes full use of the interior, truly focusing on the passengers, on the occupants. And that's just brilliant. And here with the electric seat adjustment, I really have to say it's the absolute top of the top. We've covered the exterior, we've covered the interior. I'm still torn. Design-wise, I think it's sleek without a rear window. But functionally, we'll have to check during the driving test with the rear view mirror to see how it actually performs. We're all set. I'm hopping in. You're coming along with Stefan, of course, for the big driving review in the brand new Polestar 6. So let's dive right in and see how it performs. For many of you, the turning radius is a crucial factor to consider, especially since you're frequently maneuvering through tight city streets and bustling urban areas. The Polestar 4 sedan crossover, measuring 4.84 meters, delivers a compact turning radius. At 11.60 meters, Stefan, that's really quite decent, isn't it?
That's flawless.
He might not be among the best who have perhaps installed rear-wheel steering, but maybe that will come later in a model update. For now, I can actually drive around Stefan quite well. And the rear even kicks out a bit. That's pretty cool here on cobblestones, right, Stefan? Yeah.
Looks totally awesome.
Have fun with Monster 4, right?
Yeah. Spinning just makes me sick.
Even more crucial than the turning radius, which measures around 11.60 meters, is undoubtedly the remarkable simplicity and effortless ease of parking the Polestar 4 for drivers. We always keep an eye out for a nice, tight parking spot to see how we can smoothly and effortlessly maneuver the 4.84 meter beast in there without any dents, right?
They'll get it in there.
We are supported here by a 360-degree camera system, a technology that manages to handle this situation quite effectively and seamlessly in practice. Now it's starting to whine a bit, although you've got to admit that the display would have permitted the angle.
Actually, yes.
We'll play it safe. Yes, is it high resolution now or not? I'm feeling a bit torn about it, honestly.
I think there's a water droplet on it.
Oh, I see. It's probably just...
It's deceiving, but it does look a bit foggy. That's what I was almost about to say.
Yes, here we need to see what else we can adjust.
Okay.
Oh, look, here's something like this.
Bird view, but it's white. We don't have a white one, do we?
Well, it's often the case that the actual car color isn't displayed, but rather an exterior color, and in this case, it's white. He does look sharp and white, even without a rear window, right? I'm still unsure if I like the rear window or not. Otherwise, you can switch back here. I also have individual views for the side here, for all those who can't park and scared of ruining their rims. Hasn't happened to us yet.
Nein.
But you keep hearing from colleagues as well that there seem to be some issues cropping up quite often in that regard. What's really nice is this. Story also being shown in the left-right split again. And then we essentially have here the pure rear view camera. What is this now? Oh, that's the split. Then a centimeter display, probably the tree, not sure.
Yeah.
So then we have the split display here again for the front, and we basically have, when we shift into drive, the front camera with guidelines to assist us in pulling out smoothly. That's of course important for anyone who can't quite see properly, who maybe struggles to accurately judge their car's position or whether they'll safely clear it at that specific steering angle. So here we have a stretch of cobblestone again. Let's take that once more. Oh, look at that.
It stirs over quite nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, the exception doesn't rattle.
No, not so.
Back there, there's another nasty, nasty pothole coming up. Let's see what he has to say about it. Yeah, it's a steel chassis, isn't it? Pretty stiff, yet it still manages to feel surprisingly comfortable, right?
Or holds well.
Know who we haven't talked about yet, Stefan? Think so?
Hey, yeah, no.
I typically always manage the technical data like that, but today I switched it around just to check if you'd pick up on it. Leave a comment if you noticed it. Stefan didn't catch it at all. I forgot the engine.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That means we have here the single engine, meaning one motor on the rear axle, which logically also drives the rear axle. It delivers 200 kilowatts peak power, 272 horsepower, and 343 Newton meters of torque for. Quick acceleration point, Zrenia, boosting the 4's performance, which we'll measure via GPS. In 7.4 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour.
We're gonna find out.
Your guess on top speed?
200. Shame.
Supposedly, as a single engine, it only has a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour, just like all Volvo vehicles, you know. It's probably enough for everyday use, but when you want to really push it on the highway, like we do here in Mecklenburg, with open roads for
free citizens, then you do wish you had a bit more power under the hood.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What's your personal top speed favorite? How fast do you usually go? We'll definitely put that to the test together in the second video during the consumption run and charging check. We've arrived at our test track. It's nicely curvy, and of course we want to push the Polestar 4 with its empty weight of just over 2.3 tons to its maximum permissible speed here on this challenging route. And give its 200 kilowatt rear-wheel drive a good workout here. It's handling it nicely, isn't it?
Yes, stays on track well. Steering feels solid, I think.
The steering can be adjusted between soft and firm. But as the curve tightens, which is the best part of the track, he absolutely nails it effortlessly, right?
Yeah, really, no swaying, nothing.
No tilting or leaning movement. Now we have a nice sharp left curve here and he goes through it perfectly. The speed limit here is 70. Driving through now, Suzuka's really nice, isn't it?
Exactly what we've recreated here.
Yes, the Mecklenburgers are simply clever. And there he drives through quite gallantly. The seats also provide excellent lateral support, so in that regard, you've really got to hand it to the Pulse 4's chassis for delivering solid performance, don't you think?
Definitely, it's fun, yeah.
We're coming to the ultimate test with the sharp right-hand curve. There's only one way to handle it. Either follow the curve or keep going straight. Stefan, I'm genuinely scared, don't be silly. But he's also handling it really neatly and steadily, with no noticeable swaying or tilting movements whatsoever. I genuinely have to tell you, the suspension is making a damn solid impression right from the very first few meters here. If it now had an awesome acceleration, then it would truly be such a perfect fit in this specific price category, right?
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're going to uncover in the upcoming video clip.
We've arrived at our certified test track and have even installed a multi-grip surface here on the right specifically to challenge the Michelin tires and thoroughly test their maximum acceleration grip under extreme conditions. 7.4 seconds. Stefan, do the countdown.
3, 2, 1, and we're off now. Go.
There he goes, smoothly picking up speed, 20, 40, 60, 80, and now we're steadily closing in on 100. Right after that, we'll proceed directly with the brake check immediately. But ooh, period. That was a late deceleration. It was really smooth at first.
Yeah, he didn't make it at all.
And I had my full 100 kilos firmly jammed on the brake pedal.
Nice. So what do we have? 0.50, 3.34, 0.60, 4.02, 0.100.
7.67. Yep, within spec.
Yeah, and from 100 to 0, 2.88.
Misleading.
It's genuinely misleading. We don't have the Brembo braking system, which is typically included in the performance package installed in this vehicle. Yes, it can come with Brembo, but that's not the case here.
That's a solid value. Come on, let's take this turn through the tracks. I'll go up to 100 kilometers per hour and it handles it well. It just took that small bump smoothly. That's not pushing too much on the front wheels either. That's already a plus. And then of course we've got a nice bumpy country road here, which is pretty much what you'd typically find in Mecklenburg. But it's also the ideal setting to put a car like the Polestar 4 through its paces in everyday conditions. You can see there's not much traffic around here, so you can also get up to a bit of playful mischief with a car like this. Let's see if we end up in a cornfield. Nope, no bed in the cornfield today because the Polestar 4 handles it all with absolute ease. Just because it works well in one direction doesn't necessarily mean it'll work in the other, does it?
Oh, I truly trust the Polestar 4.
Yeah, we're well insured here at Simply Electric, but I have to say, let's make sure we handle this properly and carefully. Also, the ground undulations, it's all stable, taut, comfortable, but not uncomfortable either. The seats working in parallel are doing a damn good job. Yeah.
They really hold you in place here. It's an absolute blast.
So as you can see here in Mecklenburg, you can really experience something. Over sticks and stones and up a hill, and then it goes into a sharp right turn. Before we reach the finish, right through the left turn, the Polestar 4 will hit the best mark. Yes, that looks pretty good. Let's take a moment now to listen to the interior noise together in the Polestar 4 at 50 kilometers per hour. 55, 56 decibels. That's extremely quiet. We're accelerating to 70. 57, 58 decibels, that still remains extremely quiet as we steadily accelerate up to 100 kilometers per hour. 62, 63 decibels. You can clearly observe that even without double glazing, the car still remains remarkably well insulated overall. Yes, we of course also want to check the assistance systems with you and have activated the pilot assist here for that purpose. Let's take a closer look at how it performs and what it can do for us. Set to a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, we naturally want to observe how the vehicle handles and performs under these conditions. We've integrated the lane keeping assist system into the vehicle. Additionally, we've included the steering assist feature, which is designed to ensure that the car remains perfectly centered in the lane at all times. Of course, we keep our hands on the steering wheel, as we naturally should. Now we have, so to speak, a right curve here. Now the steering assist is turned off. That is, of course, less than ideal. Now we've turned it back on. And this is just one of those points where I say the system is kind of pushing its limits here. Why? The Volkswagen Group, as well as BMW and Mercedes, they're just doing it quickly, aren't they?
Yes, exactly.
They have a capacitive control where you just need to have 3 hands on the steering wheel, and that ensures that you're paying attention. Now the speed limit changes to 70 kilometers per hour, but the assistant continues driving at 100 kilometers per hour, even though, as you can see here on the display, 70 kilometers per hour is indicated. So therefore, I also feel that this adaptive function is somewhat lacking. We were able to observe that during the driving event as well, where we got to drive the car for the first time. That's just... Yes, there are still a few noticeable weaknesses in our opinion, particularly in the assisted driving area. We're accelerating back up to 100 kilometers per hour, now approaching a sharp right curve, giving the Polestar 4 yet another opportunity to hopefully navigate this curve smoothly and successfully. Now, I'm obviously paying close attention, handling it pretty smoothly, although it's already veering quite significantly toward the left side at this moment. There too, the named assistance systems from the VW Group, BMW and Mercedes-Benz are significantly more centered in their driving behavior, and naturally, they feature advanced adaptive control systems seamlessly integrated, meaning if the sign changes, they adjust the speed accordingly or even have predictive control. Predictive means looking ahead, anticipating, and knowing that a speed limit is approaching. The car adjusts its speed to match the sign, ensuring that we don't exceed the speed limit within the SCVO framework. That's also what I'd wish for in a Polestar moving forward, because it's actually quite... For several years now, definitely by late 2021 in the EQS, it has worked excellently. It's worked perfectly in all ID.3, ID.4, ID.5, ID.7 and BMW models. That's true. People often complain about German car makers, but their assistance systems at least function properly.
So far, no issues with VW, BMW and similar. It's always worked perfectly fine.
And I would simply wish that Polestar excludes that. I know that Polestar does... Can I know that with Polestar, it's probably more of a software story that might still require a bit of programming. Sure, everyone aligns on the highway, but I know many of you who drive a lot, especially in the field, also spend a significant amount of time on rural roads. We do that too when we drive. We like to use the assistance systems to support us in the semi-autonomous area.
Yes, even I do it these days.
Even you, who always drove manually before.
Yeah,
So now, we'll go ahead and deactivate it again. Ooh la la, that's really fun.
It's moving forward already.
I sincerely wish for all of us that it will soon work just as smoothly with Polestar as well, truly. Let's go ahead and test the Google Assistant by using voice commands and saying, "Hey Google, please navigate us to Viktualienmarkt 1, located in the heart of Munich."
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. To assist in enhancing Google's performance, it would be helpful to know your level of satisfaction with the most recent response. How would you rate it if one were to...
Hey Google, period. Navigate us to Munich to Viktualienmarkt 1. Works, right? Yes, sometimes it gets it, sometimes it doesn't. It clearly understood, but it didn't follow through. You can see that here it also very nicely integrates a corresponding charging plan alongside the route planning. always showing you as well with how much state of charge you'll arrive and how long you'll need to charge there. It's actually a great story, and in practice I find it extremely convenient to operate with Google Navigation and the charging planning just as seamlessly. It really streamlines the whole process and makes the journey much more efficient and stress-free. Yes, it's a shame when it doesn't always understand every term perfectly. That's where you have to give credit to the VW Group, BMW and Mercedes for handling everything so seamlessly and efficiently. Freely get things off your chest, and it almost always works.
Yeah, those filler words, what you might call them.
Yes, here you can clearly observe the digital rear view mirror in practical application, so to speak. Stefan, your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm still not a fan. I don't need it. I prefer having a rear windshield in the back.
Yeah, well, you really have to get used to it. Probably it's all a matter of habit. You also have to be open to trying new things sometimes, but a traditional mirror, it's always served its purpose in a way.
Right, yes.
And with the digital one, sometimes it's sharp, sometimes it's blurry. Then there's the crop factor, this dot. Zoom effect, which is just somehow different when compared to what you actually see in the side mirror. In the side mirror, the car seems much farther than in the digital rear view. So, because of that. There is definitely still room for improvement, or we just made another user error by not setting it up perfectly.
Yes, that's actually nice.
That happens quite often with us too, because we like to use things the way they're set up. But let's move on, Stefan, back to ride comfort. Again, it's time for our cobblestone colleague.
Yes, he really does that well.
He ensures great comfort and is perhaps the perfect transition. We have a medium on board that is truly unmatched in its uniqueness, and it has been that way for over 5 years now. Thank you, Stefan, that we are allowed to use your medium royalty-free. It's truly a privilege to have such access to it. Certified, that's verified, and it's of course patented by the German calibration office as well to ensure we can precisely and accurately compare all cars here on the channel. And the medium is called Stefan's Popometer. And of course, we want to check it out today, especially here on the cobblestones, to see how it reacts.
And I'll start, as always, with the seats. As we've mentioned earlier, we're really spoiled by Volvo, or more specifically Polestar. We know that these are really good seats. That's definitely confirmed here. I'm sitting here very comfortably. I have great thigh support on the sides here. I can recline the seat again with electric adjustments in all directions, up and down, the backrest forward and backward, just as you prefer, offering full customization for comfort. Accordingly, there's absolutely nothing to complain about. And in terms of the suspension, I find it really good. No major bouncing, even here on cobblestones, it handles them really well. In terms of driving feel and comfort, it's not too harsh, it's genuinely very pleasant to drive on.
Yes, I can only agree with that. Polestar has truly nailed an outstanding suspension system. I believe they also have a lot of expertise in suspension, of course in-house, partly through Volvo, and they managed to delight the European customers, I think.
Richtig.
Europeans generally prefer a suspension that's firm yet smooth, avoiding a bumpy ride altogether. So he really pulls it off incredibly well. As brilliantly as this gyroscope here, we've absolutely got to show that again. How you can shift it to the right like that. So now essentially you don't drive straight ahead if you want to go straight, but rather drive around this gyroscope. That's also nice for the residents. A little bit more noise pollution. And then you can basically just keep on continuing straight ahead from here. Awesome. You just have to be careful that no one's coming. Yeah, exactly, because some are going straight.
They don't do the...
They also tell themselves, we're not doing that. Yes, but as you can see, the Polestar 4 has, in my opinion, a high... The ride comfort has the firmness exactly where it's needed, where we require it, maybe in the support for fast cornering, or even in a quick evasive maneuver indeed, where we swiftly shift from left to right. It also comes with precise steering. So I really have to say, this is truly top-notch for the vehicle's weight and size. So a big thumbs up for the Polestar number. Fourth, arm fully extended towards the truly impressive carded sound system. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, really beautiful. They missed... It says or is already so qualified, we need it too, but you have to be able to afford it. So, you really have to say, go for it. Yeah, I'd say the Plus package is definitely worth it. You get the leg support, and especially on a longer trip or journey, it makes a huge difference. It's those little extras that really enhance the driving experience, and if you're spending a lot of time on the road, it's something you'll definitely appreciate. So if you can, it's worth splurging a bit for that added comfort and convenience.
When you accelerate and get that awesome sound, right? So you're saying we're Team Harman Kardon, huh? Whether it's you, feel free to write it in the comments. Is a good sound system worth more money to you? Or would you say, man, with the significant cost of electromobility, good sound is simply part of the package? Those mirrors were stylish, huh?
Yeah, the frameless ones are really cool, and that floating effect we mentioned before is pretty neat.
And with that, let's maybe move on to the interim conclusion. Interim because in a few days, the consumption test with the charging check and the Polestar 4 will follow, and we'll only form a final judgment then. Today, it's first about the design, price, and the features that we've been able to observe in this driving review. The design's a total blast, right?
Yeah, I really like the shape of it. And that mesh panel at the back, it looks super sleek, stylish, and modern.
Yeah, the rear window splits the community. You guys can write in the comments where you stand on that. Team rear window or team no rear window. But otherwise, it's a car that pleasantly stands out, looks modern, yet still fits a bit conservatively into the landscape and is timelessly elegant. The interior is truly sublime. Every space, every corner is really utilized for the passengers and the luggage. It offers plenty of space with a 526-liter trunk volume plus 15 liters M. Frunk plus the convenient feature of folding down the seats with a large hatch, making it easy to transport long items effortlessly. So there's actually very little that you'd miss, and especially in the back you have plenty of space.
Even with the nice center armrest.
Power seat adjustment.
Yes, it truly includes just about everything you could possibly wish for.
Exactly, plus our single engine, a rear axle electric motor with 200 kilowatts, 343 Newton meters, 0 to 100 in 7.4 seconds. Need faster? That's what the dual motor's for. Then even more power and even more. Performance for all those who might also want an all-wheel drive vehicle. What's great is the large battery with 94 kilowatt hours net. That should get it almost 500 kilometers of WLTP range. What it actually achieves, we'll of course find out in a few days during the consumption test with a charging check, so you'll have a solid estimate of how far you can realistically travel with the full 94 kilowatt hour net battery pack. And how quickly can it be recharged? That's where we raise criticism. Why? Because it comes from Geely, and of course Geely also offers an 800 volt platform with Lotus and Smart starting at 50,000 euros, by the way. And then also in other vehicles that are supposed to come to us next year with the Sigre. I wish it had 800 volts as well, right?
That would have been really cool.
How fast it can recharge at 400 volts from 10 to 80% if it stays under 30 minutes. We'll show that in the second video and maybe reach the final conclusion. Do you need 800 volts or do you simply not need it? And with that, we've already reached the end of today's video with the Polestar 4. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up now. Double check if you're part of the einfach elektrisch community. We'd be thrilled if you support us with your subscription. It's free for you and gives you the chance when you hit the bell to also not miss the second video with the consumption test and charge check. You'll get notified. Thanks so much for watching. Stay healthy and see you soon. Your Ollie, you, Stefan, we always got so worked up over that shark fin thing, didn't we? Is that actually intended to be a shark fin design, or is it just a more elevated and noticeable? Rear camera cover? What's the official term for that feature, by the way?
I'm not sure. Perhaps it's a little shark fin? A bit wide. But, well, it serves the purpose, right? That you have the two cameras at the back, one for the rear view mirror and one for the driving monitor.
Yeah, or drop a comment how you see it, right?